Boy, I was just watching the video on my spare time, but I'm like, Matt Mula, I be wanting to say, man, any type of video you be watching on your time, all you might as well react to that. Let me go ahead and take gang advice and watch this with y'all boys while going ahead and sharing this gem with y'all, and also learning this bit for myself to make sure I can even come back to watch this back later on and learn from it. But we got that boy Matt Mula speaking on how to quit your job and how many views you need from YouTube to make that possible. I'm quite intrigued. You heard me? Let's get straight to it.
What's up, everybody, over here on the Mula Finance channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the exact formula for you to understand how many views you're going to need to get on YouTube per month in order to quit your job. All right, so not only am I going to give you guys the formula, I'm also going to show you real life examples, as I always do, for my main channel, which is my biggest channel, which is currently at about 840,000 subscribers, coming up on 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Give me a round of applause for that. Thank you. Thank you. We support each other here on the finance channel, okay? We support each other. All right, so I know most of you guys, we're going to get right into it. So I know most of you guys probably work jobs, and I know a lot of you guys work jobs that are not necessarily careers. Now, listen, a career and a job are two different things, okay? And like I said in the last video that I made similar to this, in order for you to quit your job, it all depends on where you work and who you work for. If you're in a full-blown career, meaning you're a lawyer or a doctor or a CPA or an accountant, and you're making 6 figures a year, it's going to take you a little bit longer to quit your job. But I know that most people don't do that. Most people work regular everyday jobs, and they're not necessarily in careers, right? So the good news for you guys, especially the younger guys that might work at Target or as a cashier or at Old Navy or anything like that, at the gas station, at the car wash, anything like that. The good thing about you and your position that you're in right now, it is very easy for you to replace the income that you're making from your job with YouTube videos and social media in general, all right? So I looked up the average price for a Target worker. Just a regular sales associate or inventory associate or something like that. So the average is about $3,200 per month. So that's about what you would take home, $3,200 per month. When I was working a job, I made a lot less than that, but minimum wage, when I started working, I haven't worked a job since like 2018. When I first started working, it was 2017 when I was first getting out of high school. That was my very, 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 very first job. And then at that time, I was making $12 an hour, which was good money back then, because I think minimum wage was like $8.25 in Chicago or something like that. So I was making like $12 an hour.
I remember that.
And I still wasn't bringing home $3,000 a month because I was working part-time, okay? So anyway, so $3,200 a month. I want you to replace this. I want you to replace this number with however much you make on average. Calculate your average last 3 months and put that right here, okay? I'll try to have this document in the description for free, and you guys can download it and use it however you want, all right? So the revenue formula. So revenue is going to equal your views divided by 1,000, and that's going to be your CPM, okay? So on YouTube, if you don't know, you get paid based on how many thousands of views you get. So everybody's CPM is different, okay? Which is really RPM, so we can kind of change that. We could change that to RPM, because CPM is the cut that YouTube takes. So that's how much you get paid overall. RPM is what you keep, okay? So RPM. Most people's RPM is going to be $10, give or take. It's going to be anywhere between $7 to $10. For most channels, it's going to be $10. If you're doing something crazy, some weird, some controversial, you'll have a lot lower RPM, which means you'll get a lot less money per 1,000 views, okay? So however much money you want, that's going to equal the views you get divided by 1,000, and that's going to be your RPM, okay? So, for example, if you get 1 million views, you're going to divide that by 1,000, and then you're going to multiply that 1,000 by your RPM. So if your RPM is $10, right? Then you're going to, and let's say you get 1 million views. Gonna get 1 million views, and you divide that by 1,000, that would be 1,000. So then you take whatever this number is. When you do this math, you take that number and you just multiply that by whatever your RPM is, which is going to be $10. So if you got 1 million views in a month and your RPM is $10, you'll be getting about $10,000.
Damn.
Okay. So here's a perfect example. Another example: 100,000 divided by 1,000 multiplied by 10 is 1,000. All right. So the next step.
See, when you hear things like this, boy, that's when you find out, oh yeah, you ain't working hard enough, boy. You ain't posting enough, boy. I be getting excited about my little 1,000, 2,000 views and shit. These getting $10,000 worth of revenue because they touching 1 million views, boy, with a $10,000 $10 RPM. That's crazy, boy. I ain't saying that's a bad thing, but that's something to work towards. You heard me?
You need to reverse the formula to find how many views you actually need. Okay. So the target income, however much you want to make, you're going to divide that by your RPM and you're going to multiply that by 1,000. Okay. So for example, if you need $3,200, so let's just type in $3,200 and our RPM, let's say our RPM is again $10. And then we're going to multiply that by 1,000. All right. So let's just do some simple math here. So remember, this is the math. Oh, snap. This is the math that we're doing right now. Okay. Just so everybody following me. So $3,200, divide that by 10. Okay. And then multiply that by 1,000. Y'all always ask me to show y'all exactly how to get rich on YouTube, so I made a full-blown course. It's not complete yet, but you can order it right now. There's 5 hours of content in it right now. It'll be like 12 or 15-hour full course.
Hey, y'all drop game in the comments if that boy drop a game so far.
Once it's done, it'll be done by April 1st, all right? So click the link in the description, get your course, and start learning how to really get rich on YouTube. I'm not just no one-hit wonder type guy. No, I have more than 40 channels that make me hundreds of thousands of dollars all together.
See, now that's what I'm trying to learn right there, gang. How do you make just the 40th? How do you make the second channel? You hear me? I hope you know what I mean by this. Now, oh, how do you just make a second channel? Oh, it's easy. You just make another channel. Yeah, now, how do you make a second channel, wink, wink, without corrupting what you already got going on some? How do you safely make another channel? One that you could experiment on, whether it be a new niche, vlogging, this, that, a different, you heard me? How do you safely do it so that, let's say, if you do get demonetized on that channel, because I know you've been through that before, or something happens, it doesn't corrupt everything else that you know you got going on, whether how big or small it may be.
Every single month, like I'm checking straight bags off of this, just sitting in my crib, recording, making videos. So if you want to learn exactly how I do it, I'm showing you how to clip farm, how to edit.
I love to make 50 channels, but how do we get on that second one?
How to upload, how to make thumbnails, safely. How to develop your character, how to make shorts, how to make clips, right? I'm giving you every piece of every single type of strategy that you will ever need to get rich on YouTube. So click that link. It's not a super cheap course, but it ain't expensive. It's only $150. And if you use the code MAGMULA, you can get 20% off of that $150. So go get you some money. And you'll get 320,000. So you need 320,000 views, give or take, to replace your job. Okay. So the final answer is, if you're making $3,200 a month, this can all be changed based on how much you're making. The final answer here will be 320,000 views per month to quit your job. Okay. And so here's a quick cheat sheet. So if you have a $10, change that to RPM. If you have a $10 RPM, you'll need 300,000 views to make 3,000 a month, 500,000 views to make 5,000 a month, and 1 million views to make 10,000 a month, and 2 million views will be 20,000 a month. Okay. So if you ever want to know how much, give or take, about how much a YouTuber is making, which you'll never really know the exact price unless he shows you. If you ever want to know how much money a YouTuber is making, you go over here to viewstats.com. Okay. You go to viewstats.com, which is a Mr. Beast platform. And I'm going to log in really quickly. Hold on. All right.
That would be bad.
So you come over here to viewstats.com. And if you want to look up anybody who's a popular YouTuber we can think about, let's go Kai Cenat. If you want to go to Kai Cenat's page and you want to see how much money, give or take, he's making, like I said, you'll never know the exact amount. All right. So this actually shows his whole views. I want to see his long form videos. So his long form videos in the last 28 days have made 31 million views. Okay. So if we go back to
I see where you going, gang. I already know.
Oh, that's insane, bro. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. 31 million views, 28 days. This man hasn't streamed in 6 months. All right. So if we Oh man, that's crazy. Okay, so if we take that, okay, and we put a 31 million on that, okay, and let's say his RPM is $10 too. So let's just, oh my God, let's just do. I just want to show y'all, like, this is a man who hasn't streamed, hasn't uploaded videos in 6 months, and he's
Let me
still
do the
pulling
math
in
real
30
quick.
million views every month. So that goes to show you that YouTube is really digital real estate. It's an asset. Every video that you upload is an asset that could potentially pay you forever. Okay, 31 million views. I divide that by 1,000, and I'm going to get 31,000. So this is how many views. This is how many times I got 1,000 views. Catching that right now. And let's say his RPM is $10. Simple math will show you that he made $310,000 in the last 28 days on, and he hasn't even. We can.
Damn. Damn. 300,000. $250,000, but that's about $1/3 on vacation on a YouTube channel that he ain't even posting on right now. Talking about old videos still doing work.
Go to his channel. He hasn't even posted. Whenever you want to find out how much a YouTuber is making, do this formula, and you'll see he hasn't posted in 3 months on his channel. He hasn't streamed in 6 months. And even that's one post. He really hasn't been posting in 6 months. But all these videos are never, the views will never go down. They can only go up. So he has 3,000 videos on his channel. Those are all assets that people sit here and watch all day. And he obviously makes money from that, okay? So here's a real world example. This is a video that I made not too long ago. So it's about, what, not even 10 days old. You see I published this March 22nd. It made me $1,504.67. And right now I'm at 101,000 views. And you'll see that my RPM is about $16. So sometimes you're going to have RPMs that are higher. Sometimes you'll have RPMs that are a lot lower. Okay. So this video is a 28-minute video, and you can click on it and show you. I sat here and reacted to a compilation of the worst of a bunch of shootings that happened during hood vlogs. I got 100,000 views in 10 days. I made $1,500 off of the video. Okay. So sometimes you can have a higher RPM. And sometimes you can have a lower RPM. It all depends on the video. You're not going to get paid the same for every video. So this video, for example, the RPM for this video is $15. I got paid $900. The last one was $16, right? So these are actually very good RPMs. But if you look at something like this, where I'm reacting to the live murders, IG live murders, I only got $7. So remember, I told you that you can pretty much predict that your videos, unless you're doing something extremely crazy, you'll be getting anywhere between $7 to $10. Really anywhere between $7 to $20, but that's a huge range. Most of your videos are going to fall within $7 to $10 for 90% of the content on YouTube right now. Okay. So if you want to quit your job and you need, let's go back, and you need $3,200 to quit your job, you only need 320,000 views per month in order for you to make that. Okay. So if I was to advise you guys when you should quit your job,
only 300,000. That look like 300,000. In other words, Guappo, hey, we gotta work harder, bro. Tighten up, bro. Come on, bro. We gotta post more. Yeah.
I would say
we ain't just watching videos. You feel me? You see you watching this on the side? Nah, we reacting to this too. Fuck it.
Quit your job.
We reacting to shit that we watch off screen now too. Fuck it.
As soon as possible. But it's different for a lot of people. If you're a person who is 18 years old, you're working your first job right now, you don't pay any bills. Maybe you pay your phone bill, but you still live with your parents. You in and out of community college or something like that. You're fresh out of high school, anything like that. Or let's say it's the end of the year right now. So maybe you're about to graduate. Maybe you've been working for a few months and you're about to graduate high school. I would say as soon as you come anywhere remotely close to the number that you make at your job, you should quit as soon as possible. The reason I think you should quit as soon as possible is because the sooner you quit, the more money, the more time you will have to collect the funds and earn the money that you want to make. So if you can make $3,200 a month, let's say you make $3,200 working at Target or Walmart. If you can make $2,500 a month, which is $700 less than you make at that job, if you can do that while you're working a job, I think you can double that if you're not working a job. You understand what I'm saying? So you could work a job. Your job might work 8 hours a day, right? But it takes you. You got to get up an hour. It takes you an hour to get dressed. You got to go work 8 hours. You got an hour break at lunch, and then it takes you another 30 minutes to get home. So you're really talking about, yeah, it might be 9 to 5, but it's really like 7 to 7, right? In realistic terms, you're probably not done with your job until 7 p.m. So if you can have 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. allocated to this job and still manage to make anywhere close to $3,200 a month on your YouTube channel, I think you should quit as soon as possible. If you're in a position where you don't have bills, you still live with your mom, you just getting out of high school, maybe your rent is, if you do have rent, it's super cheap or whatever the case is, right? If you're in a situation like that, I think you should quit as soon as you can. Because like I said, if you can make 2,000, if you can make 3,200 at your job, but you can make 2,000 on YouTube, even though you spend 12 hours at your job, I think you can make $4,000 a month if you quit that. Okay. So that's that. Now, some people, everybody is in different situations. So I want to guide you guys into the right direction. If you have kids, for example, if you have a girlfriend, if you have rent, let's say you live on your own, you don't have the luxury of living with your parents. Maybe you have a car note to worry about, you got rent to worry about, you got light bills, you still got to pay for toiletries, you still want to go out on the weekend sometimes. You pay for Netflix, right? Maybe your bills are too much. I would say don't quit your job until you're making close to at least 1.5 as much as this. So this is $3,200. Divide that by 2. That's $1,600. So if you have $1,600 plus $3,200, that'd be $4,800. I think that's when you should quit your job. Okay, when you're making your job plus another 50% of your already totaled out income, I think that's when you should quit. If you have rent, car note, phone bill, light bill, water bill, Netflix, if you're paying for your entire lifestyle. So if you're like 22, 23 years old right now, you're just moving out your parents' house, you just graduating college, you should quit when you make a good amount more so that you have a solid base. Okay. But again, I'm going to revert. It all depends on what job you're working. If you're working at Target, I think you should quit as soon as possible. If you're working for TurboTax, or you're working maybe at a higher up position, maybe you're a supervisor at Target, maybe you're a manager at Target, I think you should wait a little longer, right? Because you won't be able to easily replace those type of jobs. But if you're just a sales associate at Target, if you just stock shelves at Walmart, you can always get a Walmart job. I think you should quit as soon as you can so that you can lock in on YouTube becoming a full-fledged business and a full-time job for you. I think you should lock in on that as soon as possible. And the only risk you'll be taking is, okay, I'm going to quit my Target job, but if I want to go apply to work at Walmart in a month because the YouTube thing is not working as fast as I thought it could, I can do that. If I want to go do 3 or 4 or 5 DoorDash orders a day and make up that same money I was making on YouTube at my job, I can do that. It's more about time in this. You don't want to focus too much on the money. You want to focus on the time, because you need time to be able to sit your ass down, lock in on YouTube, and make all the money that you want. The reason that I can make $100,000+ a month on YouTube is because I have time to, I wake up at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever I want to wake up. I wake up and I have, my only job is to do content. I run my businesses, but most of my businesses are revolved around content. So as long as I wake up and make content, I can make 100,000, I can make 200,000, I can make 300,000, I can make 75,000. It all fluctuates, but I can lock in and focus because I don't have that burden of time hanging over my head. Okay, so if you want to quit your job, I think you will need at least 320,000 views a month in order for you to get that job. So
let's do it.
If we break 320,000 down
to work, y'all boys, today
into 30 days in a month,
this
we're
video
in April,
too, man.
so there's 30 days in this month. You need 10,000 views, 666 views per day in order to reach that goal. Okay, so remember, and I'm going to show you guys this, and this is something I have to nail home, guys. And I teach you guys how to do this and how to maximize this in my course. So you have to go get my course as soon as possible, okay? It's only $150 and it can change your entire life. You spent more than $150 on video games this year. There's no reason why you can't spend $150 to learn how to change your life. Okay. So if you look up here, I've got on this is a bad, I'm in a down spiral right now, but I've got 404,000 views in the last 48 hours, which equals out to about 200,000 views a day.
I thought I was looking at a month.
But if you look at my channel just yesterday, these are the videos I posted yesterday. Nowhere near
1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. What that is? 5? I don't know if this was yesterday too. 5 videos in what day? 1 hour long, 20 minutes, 40 minutes. That's then an hour, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Yeah, that boy working. See, you keep this thumbnail simple. You probably really lose them bitches a little bit. You feel me? Probably got a little pocket of the. Yeah, I'm overcomplicating it. He simplified it a little bit. All right, let me look at the titles. You know, man, Mula titles be crazy, boy. I'm talking about top clickbaiter I know on YouTube, boy. That boy don't care about crossing the line, none of that shit. I fuck with that boy title. That boy said, Matt Mula reacts to the worst IG live murders. YouTuber exposed Drakeo's killer, and now his life is in danger. Nah, this man different with the title, boy. So I got to get a little more reckless on the bit. You know, that one thing I know I got to work on for show them titles, boy. But how you gonna get better at them titles, Guap? More output, put more videos out, testing more different. You heard me? Come on, man.
100,000. But I have 2.2 thousand videos on my channel. Okay. So all these videos continue to get views. I don't care about the flops. You see this 4,000 views in 14 hours? That would discourage a lot of people. I don't care about that because
That's a flop. Gang, I would be excited. I would be jumping up and down. Not even because I think that big gonna pay, just because I'm starting to get that red. I might blow up soon.
I need it all to add up. I don't care about how many views I get per video.
I get like 20 views.
I care about how many views I get per day, per month, per year. Okay? Because there are a lot of channels a lot bigger than me that post a lot less than me that get a lot less money than me per month. Right? But they might get 1 million views per video, which is great, but they only post 1 video a month. So they're only going to get 1 million views a month, maybe 2, because there are other videos that get views. If I'm going to post 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 a day, well, now it opens up for me the opportunity to be making 4 or 5 times what
we ain't working hard enough, Guap.
Making. Okay, so if my sweet spot, your sweet spot should be to secure about 2,000 views per video, no matter what. If you can get 2,000 views per video, and you only need 10,666 views per day in order to quit your job, theoretically, you could post 5 videos a day and quit your job. 5 videos a day could maybe take you 3 hours to do. So in that 3-hour span, you can make the same amount of money that it takes you 12 hours a day to make at your job. So now if you can allocate that same 12 hours, remember, this is where YouTubers go wrong. That same 12 hours you were working at Walmart and you were giving Target, waking up at 7, you was getting up, you was leaving the house by 7:45, you was getting to work by 8:50, you was clocking in at 8:59.
So we ain't gonna abandon that bit. We gonna take advantage of that time and use that bit as well, so we can go ahead and double what we.
I was working from 9 until 2. From 2 to 3, you was on lunch. From 3 to 6, you finished your shift and you came home and you took a shower and the day was over. Okay, if you can do that for that job, you can do the same thing for yourself. That's where YouTubers go wrong, is they give more effort, more energy, and more time into the job. And then once they make it on YouTube, they only work an hour a day. They only work three days a week for 4 hours a day. That's where the mistake comes. When you have somebody like me who puts those same 12 hours that I used to put in at my job, or 10 hours or 8 hours, I put those same hours into myself that I did the job. Now I can make an abundant amount of money.
Yeah.
So again, a sweet spot, 2,000 views a video. If you can average 2,000 views a video and you spend that same 8 hours at your job, 8 hours on YouTube that you spent at your job, now I think you can produce 10 videos a day. And if you can produce 10 videos a day, averaging 2,000 views a video.
I mean, I just gotta stop editing these hoes, huh? Bobby just cussing a little too much. That mean I gotta talk less? Hey, I'm coming soon, gang.
You can make 20,000 views
posting
a day,
1,000 videos
which
a day.
will equal out to $200 a day. And if you can make $200 a day, 30 days in a month, simple math will tell you that that's $6,000.
Yeah, fast. If I
Which
can't
is
do it on
almost
one
double
channel,
what
I'm
you're
worried
making
about
at your
doing it on
job.
5.
Only averaging
You figured out here
2,000
first.
views per day. Now, here's the formula, okay? This is more, everything I'm teaching in the course is in the course, guys. Like when I tell you, let me show you guys the course real quick. Okay, guys, so this is the course right now. You have early access to get this course right now. I'm showing you every little thing, and these are long videos. I'm showing you the equipment you need. I'm showing you how to develop your online character. I'm telling you the fundamentals of finding your niche, positioning, how to film with viral intention, turn everyday life into content, 7-figure YouTube method, how to turn clips into cash, how to distribute clips for monetization. And I'm not done. I'm uploading another 3 hours of content today in the course. Go get this is as cheap as it's going to be, bro. When I tell you I'm giving you guys everything you need to make sure that this formula is foolproof, I'm showing you exactly how to get at least 2,000 views a video and how to turn your life all the way 180, bro. I'm teaching everything is here. This is not the, upload at 2 o'clock, upload at 1 o'clock. Clap your hands 2 times, squeeze the earlobe out of my earlobe, and you're going to get 100 million views. This is not that. I'm not giving you no generic advice, no generic. I've been on YouTube for 15 years. Literally. I'm 27. I've been on YouTube since I was 11 years old. Nobody knows more than me. Why do you think none of these YouTubers can tell you more? All the YouTubers can teach you is how to lack of better words, bro, how to dick ride another YouTuber, become friends with him, make videos with him, and he get rich like that. I'm showing you how to do it yourself. Not an accident. Methods, systems that have worked for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but over 30 channels that I've started and profited from. Go get the course. The link is in the description. You want 2,000 views a day. 2,000 views of a video. All you need. You know how easy it is to get 2,000. You can get 2,000 views on accident. You can get 2,000 views on accident.
I did that before.
If you're making the right type of video.
So I do it on purpose, though.
If you following the right method.
Okay.
If you learn the ACE method. If you can learn, where's my ACE method? If you can learn the ACE method, and it's so simple, it's so easy. It's so simple and so easy. You wouldn't believe it. If I told you right now, you wouldn't believe it. Okay? This is the formula. These are the goals. I'm going to put a link to this document, this blank document. I'm going to put a link to it in the description for free. You guys can download it, and you guys can put your however much you make in a month. You can kind of calculate everything that you need so that you know where you're going. It's hard to get where you're going if you don't have a goal set. So you want to make sure you know how many views you need so that you know how much work needs to be put into it. And it gives you an overall understanding of how much action is needed for you to reach the goals that you want. Okay? It's your boy Mac Mula Finance. I love teaching you guys this shit, man. I love it. I love it more than anything. I've turned a lot of people's lives up over the years, teaching them this YouTube and this content game, and I want to do the same for you. So click that link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
W video, man. Shout out that boy Matt Mula. That boy definitely dropping that game, definitely dropping that sauce. If I had one question, boy, it'd be that shit I asked earlier. Cause I know gang always talking about, boy, make 100 channels, boy. 200 of them, boy, keep making y'all. My thing is, well, how do you just make the second one? The right way. You know what I'm saying? The right way, boy. Cause I done had a little incident one time trying to, and that bit, and that shit was, and I'm talking about, so now you feel me? I try to approach that bit properly if I'm gonna do that bit again, but at the same time, I still be applying the game that he be saying this shit to the channel do got. Okay? As long as y'all boys listen to you trying to apply that knowledge, and you ain't expecting the results overnight, it's gonna make sense, man. You just gotta keep showing up. Even us, man, we gonna get better at them titles. We gonna get right. Look, but I'm back in the booth. I lost my dogs, I'll kill if I get a chance, I'ma shoot. Bye, bro, I crash, broad day, you know, man, so I'm telling the truth. Ain't no therapist can relate to me, it's why I put my pain in the booth.
No, I'm really coming from poverty, borderline, I ain't had no rule. I would hit a list for real, they get fun by trying to learn how to spoof. Fuck around, find who spoof it, back that spoof where I got spoofed. They asked about Robert, did a lot of it. We was the first young niggas with counterfeits. So my bro, I'ma make it, can't lie to shit. Won't never chat much about a lot of shit.